For Jesus.
No.
Sweet. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the interview portion of the Encyclopedia show. We are very lucky today to have observational cosmologist Joaquin Vieira with us, who has gotten up in the morning on the West Coast to talk to us and to talk to me specifically in my sweet turtleneck. Hi, Joaquin. How are you?
Good. That is a sweet turtleneck.
Thank you. Thank you. I just got it in the mail. They had a sale at Land's End, so I had to jump on it. You know, I said that you're an observational cosmologist. Nobody knows what that means, so we were wondering if you could describe what an observational cosmologist like yourself does.
Yeah, sure. So let's break it up. So cosmologist means I study the beginning of the universe and try to answer, I think, the big questions that either a child would ask or maybe the narrator in a Terrence Malick film would ask over and over. And it's, why are we here? How did the universe begin? And what are we and the universe made of? So the fact that I'm an observational cosmologist as opposed to a theoretical means that I actually try to observe the universe to say these things, and measure these things.
What does it even mean to observe the beginning of the universe?
So the radiation left over from the Big Bang is just sitting. And so we can literally build a camera and a telescope and take a picture of it and observe the last image of the Big Bang.
Because light travels at a speed, that means that we are only able to observe as far back as light happened.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Light travels at a finite speed. So looking far away is akin or directly the same as looking back in time. And so looking back in time, we can see how the universe was. And we can measure it how it is today and how it was then and everything in between.
But does that mean that we will never be able to look at the universe as it is very far away? Like, the further we look away, we're always just going to be looking back in time?
That's correct, but we have the local universe to see how it is. And there's plenty of that.
Yeah, but that means that we'll never be able to look at Abraham Lincoln.
Correct.
That's all I want to be able to do.
You got me there. The question is perhaps ill-posed.
The rest of the universe is mostly this stuff that we have really no idea what it is.
Yeah, but we do have ways to measure that. For instance, we can use gravitational lensing to make maps of dark matter.
Okay.
Because dark matter, even though it doesn't interact with light, it does interact with matter. And so if we use Einstein's principles to watch matter or gravitational potentials bend light, then in that sense, just the fact that dark matter has mass, it can't interact with light. And so we can see it and measure it.
Have we ever observed normal matter passing through dark matter?
Yes.
What happens? Does it get all gooey? So dark matter isn't like dark, it's just transparent and unseeable with the human eye.
It doesn't interact with light.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, by that sense, it's totally dark. Here, it's the gravity of the dark matter that's bending the light. So it's not producing light or interacting with the light directly. It's just its gravitational potential is bending the light. So therefore, we can see it.
So
it's kind of like in I guess think of it similar to, in the Predator movie when the guy is moving around and he's invisible and you can't see him, but it's distorting the light. And because of those little distortions, you can think, oh, he's over there. It's something like that.
That is exactly what I was about to ask, because I wanted to be able to see if I were to get like a dark matter tracksuit, would it make it a lot easier to hunt Arnold Schwarzenegger in the woods? Can that happen? Can you use dark matter can you make it into the things that we use regular matter for?
Well, you couldn't actually make it into a tracksuit. You'd make it into more of like a unitard. So you'd need like a zipper in the back and everything.
A zipper, a dark zipper.
Well, you need to get into it.
Yeah. But can you manipulate dark matter in that way, like matter? Why not?
how we play with matter most of the times is with the electromagnetic force, which is light, and it doesn't interact with light. So, for instance, what holds us together? Not gravity, the electromagnetic force. In other
Oh,
words, it's
right.
chemical
Yes.
bonds. And since dark matter doesn't interact with that, you can't stick it together. You can't play with it. So it's very difficult to detect. Even, in fact, we haven't really directly detected it at all. We've only
Right.
indirectly detected it through things like gravitational lensing and so forth.
Right. Is there a chance that that the Earth has passed through dark matter before and we just haven't been able to notice it?
Oh, we're passing through it all the time. We're sitting in it. We're wallowing in it like pigs.
You were saying that you can observe back to the beginning of the universe.
Yes.
Have we observed the Big Bang? Like, do we see? Can we like look at a video and say there's the bang where it was big. This is it happening. This is before it happened. This is a picture of the Big Bang. It looks like a macaroni,
Or a smiley face.
a smiley macaroni.
So what this is um, so just for context, a full moon is about a quarter square degree on the sky. Okay?
A quarter what?
A quarter square degree on the sky. Or in other words,
Okay.
it's about a half degree diameter on the sky.
Okay.
The moon. This is 2,500 square degrees. So, 10,000 full moons.
Okay.
And all these large scale fluctuations that you see, that's the light from the Big Bang. So that's a baby picture of the universe.
How do you?
This is
Oh, so it's like those people's Facebook profile pictures when they have their little fetuses. How do you know that this is the Big Bang?
a couple different ways. One way is that it was actually predicted, and then it was predicted to just be a smooth, continuous background, and it was detected in the late '60s, and it won a few Nobel Prizes since then. But basically, it has a very distinct signature, and there's just nothing else that looks like that.
So you can see the embryo of the universe. What good is that? Like, what does science learn from being able to see universe embryos?
Well, I'd say that begins to ask the most fundamental question that we have as humans, which is, how did the universe begin? I mean, think of the oldest folk tales that every culture has, and it's always a creation story. And well, we're going beyond that and actually trying to observe the universe and have the universe tell its creation story, not just make something up.
So when you observe the Big Bang, you're looking at the universe is. They've proven that right now it's always expanding, right? Like we're continuing to grow
Yeah.
as a universe. So when you look at the Big Bang, does that mean that you're staring into the center of the universe?
No, there's not a center of the universe. Absolutely not.
There's absolutely not a center of the universe.
No, it's the same in every direction. I'm sorry.
So does that mean that the universe is infinite?
Yeah.
Okay, and then how do you know that's infinite?
Well, okay, you've got us there. So we can only see as far as light has traveled since the surface of last scattering, i.e. the last image of the Big Bang we can see.
Mm-hmm.
So beyond that, we have no idea. And any cosmologist that tries to tell you we do is full of shit. Because because light can't travel, no information can be transmitted as well. So it could be that just beyond that, well, the universe was totally different and it just suddenly changed, but we'll never see that.
Well, I guess one of the things that's interesting to me is, we are sort of like touching on religious questions. It seems like, if anything, we are coming closer to understanding and describing a more true thing to have faith in and a more true thing to believe in.
Well, if I'm allowed to pontificate and philosophize, I would say that what we know is the realm of science, and what we don't understand is the realm of religion. And the border between these is constantly being pushed back. I mean, for instance, 1,000 years ago, why do the stars shine and the sun shines? Well, we'd have to say, oh, well, some god makes it shine. And that's that's where our boundary of science and religion was 1,000 years ago. Now, our boundary of science and religion is what you just posed of why did the universe expand? Well, that we have no idea. No, I mean, we have no idea. No idea. And so there's at some level one boundary. And for some people, that boundary is in different places, right? I mean, this is a cultural thing and a personal thing.
I mean, I know that it causes a lot of trouble for scientists to say things like this, but religion's wrong, right? Like it's like there was no snake who told people to eat an apple, and then the snake was forced to slither on its stomach. Like that's like it's important to say that that's not true, right?
Okay, so I should say up front that I'm, some weird mix of, I'd say, agnostic, atheist, and maybe Buddhist or something.
Okay.
But so I would say I don't really have a horse in this race. So I'll just give my, which is all I can. So let's take the snake example. So if you want to take that literally, of course it's bullshit. But if you want to take it as a metaphor, well, it can be useful.
Yeah.
And for instance, the creation things. I mean, usually these stories are so vague that, well, in some sense, they kind of work. I mean, did they know it was going to work? No, of course not. They didn't have fancy telescopes at the South Pole or in space back then. But I mean, if you keep it general enough, say, well, in the beginning there was a flash of light and the universe was created. Well, it's pretty damn close to what we know now.
Yeah.
So if you restrict it to a metaphor or a simple childlike description, it works fine. And I don't see necessarily why there should be a conflict in somebody's worldview if they're both religious and a scientist. I mean, taking it literally, of course, is bullshit. But
Good. I just want to get that on record. Literal belief in religion is bullshit. Quote, Joaquin Vieira. Do you have anything else that you wanna add to our discussion here, so that people can be totally blown away by what you do and how incredible you are?
I feel that our line of work is not hurting anybody. It's expanding consciousness, and it's expanding knowledge, and it's expanding, our view of the universe, which can only, I feel, help humanity, not hurt it in any way.
So, Joaquin, thank you so much for speaking with us this morning. We look forward to seeing you become a superstar in your field in the years to come.
Thank you for having me. It was my pleasure.
Thank you.